What's up, Facebook and YouTube? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to Brother Sanchez TV. Today we're going to talk about something that's a big concern for my people, and that's rebuilding Black Wall Street. Well, how do we do that? We come up with a bunch of solutions, and we do the one that we think fits best. So I've come up with the first solution today, and I'll encourage everybody else to come up with a few solutions and put them out there. Let's see what you got. Because the first step to enter this stuff is proper planning and having a solution to any problem. A problem without a solution is just a problem. So I come here today with a solution, and it might not be the best solution, it might not be the perfect solution, but it's one that I come up with, and it's a step, okay? This is something that I dropped in my heart. Let me share it with you. So some steps that we can take to rebuild Black Wall Street or to rebuild the black economy. We look around and we see a lot of cultural economies that exist amongst different variations of people. And we wonder, how do they get their economies to be so powerful, so strong, and why don't we have it the same? Now, in a nutshell, it's because first of all, we're the biggest consumers, okay? But we're not going to talk about that today. That's another lecture. I'm going to get into this solution that I have right now for us to rebuild Black Wall Street. So, steps toward rebuilding Black Wall Street. First of all, we got to be unique and offer services and products that only we can provide and manufacture. So think about what I just said. We got to offer products and services that only we manufacture, that only we can provide. Now, as I get on to this, that's going to make more and more sense to you. So, for example, if you're in the food industry, right? Think about the food industry. Let's just think about the food industry for a minute. What do I mean by having a product that's unique to us? When you look at Greeks, they have gyros. When you look at Mexicans, they have burritos. When you look at Asians, they have egg rolls. Now, they have different stuff than that, but I'm just naming you unique items, that's unique to that particular culture. So, for example, people would say, well, black people specialize in chicken wings or soul food or stuff like that. Well, that's good, but there's a problem with that. In order for you to make in order for you to make soul food, in order for you to make, chicken wings and all of that, you got to buy the bulk of your products from the white man. Then you got to take it into your restaurant, prepare it, and you got to charge the people for the high price that the white man charged you to get the product. And then you got to turn around and charge for your labor. And then you still got to add your profit on because bills got to be paid and you got to live. So by the time I buy your soul food plate, I'm looking at about $10. But McDonald's got a meal for $3 that come with the drink, the fry, and the burger. So how do you compete with these prices? Because one of the big things about an economy being successful is consistent spending. Consistent spending is the key to every successful economy. So as I move on, this is going to make a lot of sense to you people. Just stay with me, all right? Blacks can't compete because most of our restaurants specialize in chicken, soul food, and etc. It's often one company that's in one area for years just maintaining, all right? All of us are familiar with that good soul food restaurant in the hood that's been there for years, but it's never expanded. It can't expand because it can't get cheap goods and in return give us cheap prices. Why do you want cheap prices? Because that increases spending consistency. Now, the more spending consistency you have, the more opportunities you have to expand. This will make sense to you in a minute as I move on. Stay with me. So, we don't own chains that can provide massive amounts of jobs to our own people because often the prices of a soul food plate gonna be triple that of a McDonald's meal. Okay, stay with me. Because high price ingredients is what we're slave to. For example, the restaurant down the street selling the soul food plate gotta still go to the white man's supermarket to get its products. So if you really want to talk about the food industry when it comes to black economics, the first step would be agriculture. Okay, get control of our product altogether. That way we can offer our people the same prices that the white man offer, giving them a fair choice. We can't fault our people for not shopping at our restaurant when they only make so much of money. Hey man, I might can afford your soul food plate once a week, but I can afford a McDonald's meal 3 times a day every day. That's dirt cheap. So how do you compete? As we move on, Brother Sanchez is going to give us a solution on how to compete. Right now, we're opening our minds to this knowledge. Let's move on some more. Okay, cheap goods provide a cheaper product, people, because the truth is that most of our people spend with white companies due to low prices. All right, that's the simple truth, due to low prices. Now, check this out. Like I said, it's going to start in agriculture, people. That's the key to the white man's success. He controls the farms that he get his product from. You don't control the farms that you get those products from to make your soul food and your chicken wings. You got to go pay a high price from the white man. He ain't going to give you the same price he give his people. He going to charge you the maximum. So by the time your product gets to a black consumer, it's going to be triple the amount of me going to McDonald's or Church's Chicken. So stay with me. Let me show you how this works, people. Buying your products from whites just to sell it more expensive to blacks is still exploitation, people. All right, now stay with me. Because at the end of this type system, the bulk of the money still ends up in the white man's hand. Now think about what I said. If the people coming to your restaurant getting their salary from the white man and you're getting your products from the white man, it doesn't matter if they're spending with a black-owned company, because when the money trickle back down, it's not going to build a black economy, because the foundation is based on white premises. All right? All of your supplies in your restaurant are supplied by the white man, and the money that your consumer has, he gets his paycheck from the white man. So the people who control your salary also controls how you're going to spend your salary. They know you can only afford their cheap GMO McDonald's burger. They know you can't go down there to Big Mama's every day and get that doggone soul food plate that's $10. Okay? And the key to good economics is spending consistency, okay? If I can only afford Uncle John's chicken wings once a week, but I can afford Church's Chicken every day, it's only a matter of time before he go out of business, man, because it's all about spending consistency, all right? Now stay with me. Let me show you how economics work. All right. The black restaurant owner buys his goods from whites. He sells them to you for higher prices to make profits and pay bills, leaving no money left for this restaurant to expand and create more black jobs, which would keep the money in our black economy. So if this mom and pop soul food restaurant had a chain of 10 restaurants, then guess what we're looking at now? Cheaper prices, all right? Because as your restaurant grow, that's another key to economics we don't understand. A lot of black restaurants and businesses, as their companies start to grow, their prices stay the same. This is a trick that the white man know. As their company grow, they lower the prices to create what's called a boom. All right? Sometimes less is more. And as I go on, I'm going to break that concept down a lot more for you. You will understand it. So stay with me and let's move on. All right? If the people who own the restaurants depend on whites for their products and resources, and the people who shop at the restaurant depend on whites for their paychecks to spend with the restaurant, then we'll never have an economy. Okay, all of our money trickle right back down to the white man, okay? If the people who spending at your black business can't get a job at your black business, then they're at the mercy of a low-wage job that the white man created. And the white man got low-wage jobs, and he got low-wage restaurants for people with those low-wage jobs. That's why when you go to the ghetto, you see McDonald's, Church's Chicken, and all the bullshit. But when you go to the rich cities, you see Chick-fil-A, Publix, and Whole Foods, the high-price restaurants. See, all of this stuff ties in together. Where you work at determines where you're going to spend at. And there's a good chance, this is what the white man know. He know that there's a good chance if you work for him, you're going to spend with him. Because he control your salary. So he, to a certain extent, he control how you're going to spend your salary. He know he's only paying you peanuts. So he know you can only afford this quarter pounder with cheese meal for $5 as opposed to this soul food plate that this sister of yours cooked for $12. He know that, hey, you can only go and eat that plate one time a week or 2 times a week, but you got to go to McDonald's every day. See, spending consistency is what creates an empire. Now stay with me, let's keep it moving. Now, the circle that we create of black dollars is a circle that keep these black dollars ending right back up in white people's hands. And today when we through with this, I'm explaining to y'all the science of economics in a nutshell. And then I'm going to get more into this solution right here on what we can do to prevent this problem that I'm pointing out to you right now. Because this is the big problem why we can't create a black economic system. We can't control our resources to create the foundation for the system. First of all, if you got a store full of products that come from the white man, then you're still putting more money in his pockets just to even have your so-called black businesses. Now, when you go to this white man to put items in your store on a shelf, he's going to charge you a lot of money for these resources that you're going to, in return, have to charge me for. When, as a black man, I'm coming into your black store and I'm buying this product from you that you bought from the white man for hella high. Now you got to charge me hella high, and at the same time put your profit on it. By the time I pay money for it, I'm like, damn, brother, cut your boy a deal, man. And you like, I can't do it because, you know, I ain't gonna make no money. So to prevent this problem, I got a solution for you right here. Stay with me. Now, the black restaurant can't expand without cheap supplies. And if it can't expand, then it can't provide black jobs, people. If black-owned businesses can't expand to provide our people jobs, then the white man gonna forever control our salary, and then that means he's gonna control how we spend our salary, people. Now I'm gonna show you how this works. Stay with me. The two go hand in hand because the people who sign our paychecks know our financial situations. So the economic war then boils down to who got the cheaper prices. All right, it's that simple. Most black companies fail due to lack of spending consistency. Economics is a science, people, and that's what you got to realize. Economics is more than a movement. It's more than an action. Economics is literally a science. And right now I'm going to give you the introduction to it right here in a nutshell. Stay with me, okay? So if whites know I can only afford a cheeseburger meal and not a soul food plate, then it creates more consistent revenue for them and less for your local black restaurant. Simple, all right? If they know I can only afford their cheeseburger meal and not your soul food plate, it creates more consistent spending for them. And that's the key, y'all, consistent revenue. All right, that's the key to a successful economy. Now check this out. In a nutshell, the people who control your salary control where you spend your salary. And the only way around this is for blacks to offer products, right? It's for us to offer products that's unique to us only. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to give you a quick example before I go any further. Just say I got a clothing store, but I'm selling Nikes, truck fit, and everything that the white man owns, then I'm at the white man's mercy to stock my store. So if I'm selling Nike, Timberland boots, and all of that stuff, hey man, I got to go to the white man to get this stuff, and he gonna charge my black ass a high price amount of money for it, all right? So by the time a black person come into my black store, the fucking price is triple, all right? When they can go to the white man's store and get it for the same thing you got it for. All right, most of us don't get the wholesale price from the white man, all right? So by the time, we wonder like why our people don't spend with us. I know it costs a little bit more to spend with a black man, but why don't they to support their own? Because they ain't got it like that. You can't squeeze blood from a turnip. Most of us making minimum wage, and the white man know that. So he got his prices at a level that's just enough for you to still save up and buy it, but you ain't got no problems. You won't hesitate to go buy your pair Nike ACG boots from him. Okay, you can go online and get the cheapest price from the white man. But if you buy them in a black store, that black owner is at the mercy of the white man because he don't control the price. He don't control the product. So by the time you get it, it's marked up hella high. And he can't help it. He's just trying to keep his bills paid. All of us at the mercy of the white man at the end of the day. But I have a solution to override that system. Stay with me. All right. I'm going to give you another example for the food industry. Uncle John may have a chicken shack, and his chicken may taste better than Church's Chicken and Popeyes, but I can only afford to eat at Uncle John's shack once a week. But I can afford Church's Chicken every goddamn day, and in fact, I can get more food for my money. So even though Uncle John's chicken wings taste better than Church's Chicken and Popeyes, I can only afford to eat there maybe twice a week. But I can go and eat Church's Chicken every day and get a big ass box of chicken. Well, I'm only going to get one meal from Uncle John's because he got to keep his bills paid. And it's because the foundation of our economy still starts with the white man. So we wonder why, listen people, if it starts with the white man, it's going to end with the white man. You're not going to have a black economy selling white products and being at the mercy of a white man to stock your store and having white resources, okay? Because you're not going to get the price at a fair price in order for you to profit and for your little business to expand, to create more black jobs in the black community. And that's the key, people. That's the key, all right? So let's continue on, people. So, okay, I can only afford to eat at Uncle John's Chicken Shack twice, thrice a week to the most. But hell, I can eat at Church's Chicken every day. In fact, 3 times a day. In fact, I can spend $10 and get a big ass box of chicken that'll last me 2 days. That $10 only gonna buy me 1 meal at the soul food restaurant. So how do we get over this? Stay with me and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. All right? All right, now pay attention to black restaurants that's successful, and you will see that they offer a tasty meal for a cheap price. When I was back home, one of the places I used to like to go was Green Acres. Green Acres got you a chicken wing meal with the fried green tomatoes for hella cheap. In fact, you can go in Green Acres with $5 and you can get you a pretty decent meal. And then they got the manager special. This for people in Alabama. Y'all know what Green Acres is. Now, I don't eat meat anymore, but I'm doing this lecture because most of my people still eat meat. And we still want to create an economy. Everybody's not going to stop eating meat today or tomorrow. So let's see how we can do this with where we're at right now. Brother Sanchez come up with a solution. So stay with me. And, you know, you may like it or may not like it, but I love y'all. And this is just something I came up with. So let's see what we got here, all right? The real way to true economic freedom for any group of people is to create a product that's unique to them. For example, I like Uncle John's chicken, but KFC and Popeyes is more affordable. All right? I know I keep using that example, but stay with me on this, and we're going to move on and get some more insight. All right. With everyday industry lies one golden rule, my people. Listen to the golden rule of everyday industry. The more competition, the less profit. The less jobs it creates for those involved, resulting in no black economics because we're at the mercy of a price war, people. I'm going to read that again to y'all, okay? These are all my notes that I sat down and wrote just brainstorming. I'm going to read this one again because it's deep. With every industry lies one golden rule. The more competition, the less profit. The less jobs, okay? The less profit that a black business makes, the less jobs it can create because it can't expand if it's not. Think about it. McDonald's make more profit in a day than a black business making a month. So they're popping up new McDonald's all over the place every day, creating more jobs that a black person is going to work at. So the black businesses want black dollars, but it don't create black jobs at the rate that the white man businesses do. And since it don't create enough black jobs, then those black workers who work for McDonald's only can afford enough to pay for McDonald's food when they decide to eat. Okay? It's a system, people. It all go hand in hand. If most of our people work at McDonald's and work at white people's stores, then we know he ain't paying them what they should be making. Most of us make minimum wage. So when we go and eat something, chances are we're going to go to Church's Chicken, Taco Bell, something that we can afford. Okay, yeah, we might go to Uncle John's Chicken Shack, but we can only afford to go there maybe 2 times a week. But if I work at McDonald's, hell, I don't make a lot of money, but I still make enough to buy me a quarter pounder with cheese meal every day because that's hella cheap. So for black companies to expand and thrive and for us to create a black economic system, it starts with cheap prices. But the reason black companies can't get cheap prices is because they're at the mercy of a white man to stock their store. So at the end of the day, we're trying to create a black economic system based on a white foundation still. And it's not going to work, people. It's not going to work. There's a science to this. Now check this solution out and stay with me. Now, people want to know why Walmart's so rich, why the Walton family is multi-billionaires. It's not because their prices are high, people. All right? This is a science of economics called big fish swallowing the little fish. Why am I bringing this up? Because what I'm about to share with you now is something why black companies can expand. And expansion is the key. Expansion is the key to having a black economic system. You cannot do it without expansion. If all of your people are at the mercy of a white man's salary and you can't provide them jobs, then they're going to be spending with the white man. The person who controls your salary controls where you're going to spend your money at to a big degree. Okay? So let's move on, and I'm going to show y'all what goes on when we try to rebuild what's called Black Wall Street or black economic system. This is how it works, people. Let's take Walmart and Kmart, for example. Kmart prices was a lot higher than Walmart's. All right? Because Walmart found this a trick, right? Walmart started getting a bulk of their products made in China. All right? Kmart tried to hold on to their little USA loyalty and stay faithful to American manufacturing companies. They tried to remain loyal to the American economy. Even though they knew they was losing the economic war against Walmart, they didn't care about that. Kmart philosophy was, if we order our goods from China, then we ain't going to have no jobs created for Americans. So I admire them for that, even though the strategy ended up into their demise, okay? Now, I have a solution that will take us to another level in our economic system as black people that is different than the Kmart situation, and it will still create jobs for our people. So stay with me. Now, Kmart couldn't win against Walmart because they refused to get the bulk of their resources from overseas. The cheapest resources come from overseas, people. Kmart didn't want to deal with too many overseas resources because that puts a lot of the American manufacturing companies out of business. If we're ordering all of our goods from overseas, we're taking away a lot of jobs for good everyday working Americans, okay? So all of these manufacturing companies go out of business because we're getting the goods from overseas. Well, this is what Walmart did. They say to hell with the loyalty. We want to make some money. And they ordered the bulk of their goods from China and overseas, which, listen, y'all, took a lot of our factories and manufacturing companies overseas. All right? Now, what did that leave over here in America? A bunch of grown-ups and teenagers working at Walmart stores. If you go into a Walmart store, you will see people of all ages working there. It shouldn't be that way, people. You shouldn't have adults and children that works at McDonald's and Walmart together. Once you reach a certain age, you should be reaching a certain position in your industry. And we see this scenario played out in America a lot because all of our factories have been shipped overseas. So the only jobs left over here for consumers is consumer roles. For example, you may know an old lady that's a greeter at Walmart, or she may work in a bakery like my grandma did. Rest in peace to my grandmother. She was awesome too. But for example, like when I worked at Sam's Club, there was people that worked there who were 70 years old, 60 years old, making the same amount of money I made, okay? And that's a gap in your economy system. And that's because we don't have a lot of factories, a lot of positions of integrity in America. We don't have a lot of jobs in this country that pay high salaries, okay? For example, in America, what you have is a high class and a low class. There's no such thing as a middle class, people. That's an illusion. But that's a whole nother lecture. I want to stay on the subject, but what I'm saying now is very important when you look at our job systems here. A lot of us work with people that's 20, 30 years older than us. They share the same jobs as their children share, people. Only in America, because our products isn't manufactured here, okay? The rich white people that run this country don't care about you, don't care about manufacturing goods for you. They care about getting a profit for you. Why? For example, you go to work and make $9 an hour, and the places we work at is the same places we spend at. So the people who give us our paycheck also make their profit and get the paycheck right back from us. You can't create an economy if your dollars don't trickle back into the people you're trying to create the economy for. So if our money ends right back in white people's hands and not ours, we'll never have a Black Wall Street. So it starts with breaking this cycle. So stay with me now. Black businesses don't realize the importance of lowering the price over time. After you reach a certain level of success, you shouldn't keep the prices the same. You should actually lower them to create a boom. This is what most black business owners fail to realize, people. Now let me explain something to you. Sometimes not profiting for a year can be an investment. For example, I'm going to say that again for you black business owners. Sometimes not profiting for a year can be the best investment you can make. And I'm going to break that down for you right here. White business owners or entrepreneurs, first of all, the word entrepreneur means risk taker. For a black business owner, they're kind of slow to take risks, okay? White people don't mind taking a risk because, first of all, most of them have people investing in them. They start from, with a silver spoon. But you don't have to start from a silver spoon to win because blacks own the bulk of the spending power, people. We spend more money than any other race. With that being said, if we follow this solution right here, it can truly be a start, my people. So check out what I'm saying about lowering your prices over time. I know that's uncomfortable for a lot of business owners, but I'm going to break down to you why less is really more. Check this out. White people save up enough money over time through profiting that they say, well, we got enough to lower the price on this. All right. They say, okay, we made enough revenue now that we can lower the prices on these two items and still be good. All right. We profited enough that we can take the prices down on such and such and such and such, and we can still, maintain because we done profited. Hell, we made a fortune. All right. Why do they do this, people? Listen what I'm about to share with you. Now, when they lower these prices over time, by doing this, they get a boom in business because the person who sells sandwiches for $2 make less money than a person who sells sandwiches for $5, but they get more traffic. than the person with the $5 sandwich. So if you sell $2 sandwiches and you sell 100 sandwiches, and a person who got the $5 sandwiches only sells 20 sandwiches, then at the end of the day, the person who sold the $2 sandwiches, they made $200. And the person who sold the $5 sandwiches only made 100. And guess what? They got to throw all of that unused product away at the end of the day, and they ain't even getting enough traffic to create more jobs and expand, people. You see how this science works? Less is better. And if you still don't believe me, just study Sam Walton. He'll tell you how he created a monopoly on the industry with the low prices. You can't beat Walmart prices, man. I don't care how hard we try, you're going to find yourself up in Walmart to get something. Because they just got the cheap prices, man. All right? And can't nobody compete with it. Because why? They can't lower their prices enough and still maintain a decent profit. Now, how do you do this, though? When a black business owner opens up a business and it's successful, they shouldn't be spending money to go buy a Mercedes. They shouldn't get their profit at the end of the year. Okay, I'm finna go buy me a Rolex and buy me a Rolls Royce and buy this $100,000 house over here. Let me share some with y'all. When I was living back home in Alabama, Birmingham, I was living in Vinesville Apartments. And that was some Mexicans who lived in this apartment. It was about 20 of them living in one apartment. And they shared one car. Everybody took the next man to work every day. These people was putting hundreds of dollars in a pot for years. Guess what happened? Those Mexicans ended up owning that whole Vinesville apartment complex. And they was living in one apartment, cooped up. But the moment black people make a profit, we want to go ball out. Listen, y'all, the key to success is to use your profit and put it right back into your business. For example, if I got a black-owned business and I make $250,000 at the end of the year, and I do that for 4-5 years, and after 4-5 years, I make my first $1 million, and I decide to go buy a mansion, a big car, some platinum, and some necklaces, because I know my business gonna keep on making me money, then that's foolish, people. The proper thing to do, if I come up with $1 million in 5 years, guess what the white people do? They make $1 million in 5 years, and they say, okay, we got $1 million in the bank. So now what we can do is take our cheeseburger prices down $1. Take our French fry prices down $1. Since we got $1 million saved up, it won't hurt us. And see, the thing about that is this. They know when they take them prices down on their products that they ain't gonna make no profit. They know, okay, but when I lower the prices on my cheeseburger and my French fries, I might not make a profit for 2 years. But I got $1 million saved up, so it don't matter. See, they ain't using that $1 million to go ball out and leave their prices the same. They using that $1 million to live and eat off of so they can lower their prices on the menu. Now, what's going to happen after a year? They might not profit the first year because it takes time for the boom to happen. Sometimes the boom happen overnight. Sometimes it happen in a month, but you better believe it's going to happen. And when it happens, you create a monopoly, people. Now, let me break this down a little bit more to you. So the white business owners say, I saved up $1 million. Now I'm going to take my prices down. I know I'm not going to profit for a year, but I saved me up $1 million. So I'm good. I got a nest egg. Rather than a black business owner may say, I saved $1 million. I'm going to keep my prices the same. The business doing good. Why change it? Hey, I'm going to go buy me a house and a car. That's foolish. Now you got this one business, this one store on one company that's never going to expand. The way for your business to expand is to lower your prices. Because listen, the more traffic you create, the more money you create, and the more workers you're going to need, the more buildings you got to go buy. because it's booming. Now, we can't hold them all under this one roof. So that white business owner say, I made $1 million, I'm going to lower my prices. When he lower his prices, his business is going to triple. His traffic is going to triple. Why you think people go to McDonald's more than Burger King? Because they got the cheaper prices. And Burger King tastes better. But people rather go and get that flavorless ass charbroiled burger from McDonald's. Why? Because it's cheaper. And it don't taste that bad. Yeah, yours tastes better, but I can get 3 burgers for the price of your burger. So it's a price war, people. The people who own McDonald's used all the money that they saved up to lower their prices. Alright? We fucking start making money and say, oh shit, it's going good, it's booming, baby. Let me go and buy my mama a house and buy all these houses and these cars, as opposed to living humble. The key to success is staying humble, staying in your financial situation. For example, if I was happy with living in the ghetto for all my life, and ain't nothing been wrong with it, and I'm happy with that, but then I open up a restaurant and I make $300,000 in a year, now I want to go buy a mansion across the water and pay this high-ass rent. Well, now, your money, your expenses is going up with your profit. See, for example, your price is staying the same, but your expense is going up. So the proper thing to do would be this. Hey, man, I've been living in the hood. Well, I'm going to save my money up, and I'm going to just buy a small house over here. As opposed, I can afford the mansion now, but let me buy this small house and keep saving so I can lower my prices. Because when I lower my prices, my business don't expand. A lot of black people don't understand that concept. They think raising your prices is what make your business expand. But I just broke down to you an example with the sandwich shop. The person with the low price sandwiches gonna make more than the person. People Subway make more money than Quiznos. Okay? Quiznos got better quality sandwiches and theirs taste better. But Subway make way more money than them because it's cheaper. I can get a $5 foot long. I can't get shit up in Quiznos for $5. So as a result of that, Subway line is always busy. If you pass by McDonald's, the driveway always packed. And what did I just tell you? More consistent spending means more booming business. It's not who got the high prices, it's who got the most consistent spending, the more traffic, okay? So now let's move on. So sometimes not profiting for a year can be the best investment a black business owner can make. You might not profit for a year, but if you got money saved up from the last year and you using your money, put it in your business, then your business is going to grow. And it's going to grow so big that nothing can stop you. And the more it grows, guess what? The more jobs you create for your own people. Now they ain't got to be at mercy of the white man giving them minimum wage. You know, if you expand your business as a black man, you're going to treat your people a little better than the white man. You see? Now they can afford to eat at Uncle Johnny's Chicken Shack 3-4 times a week now. See, if I work at McDonald's, I can't eat at Johnny's Chicken Shack number 2 days a week. But if I work for Johnny's Chicken Shack and he paid me more than McDonald's, shit, I can eat there every day now. And now we create a system of our money keep being recycling to us, okay? But like I said, none of this will work if it doesn't start with the agriculture. We don't have enough black people that's thinking about farming and agriculture. We teaching our children to be rappers, basketball players, twerkers, and everything. But we at the mercy of getting our food and produce from white people. We'll never win this way, people. Now let me give a shout out right now to my brother Eric Ward, okay? I'm going to give a shout out to Eric Ward because that brother is on a mission to create agriculture for our people. And if he succeeds in that, that'll be a huge step toward Black Wall Street. So everybody, I want you to get to know Eric Ward, go on his page, get familiar with him, and support him in any way you can. And right now, what I'm going to do right now is flash some pictures up on the screen. This is Eric Ward's company right now that he worked for and support. It's called the We Support Foundation. All right, and here's one of the shirts right here. Also, the We Support Foundation empowers black businesses, all right? And there's a lot of people that's doing things right there in your community that you can make a start with, but it starts with agriculture. And now Eric Ward is in the process now of looking for people who know anything about farming. So on this video, what I'm going to say to you people, if you know anything about agriculture and farming, please contact Eric Ward via Facebook. He's not hard to find on there. We really can use your advice and expertise. In fact, I'm going to get with Eric Ward. I'm not in Alabama, but I'm pretty sure he have some type of venue for all of you people that's dealing with agriculture to get with him. And y'all should be having meetings, people. We should be trying to get a little lot, a little piece of land that we can grow some food on. And what we need to do with that food is use that to supply to our black restaurants. They shouldn't have to get their produce and their foods from the white man, because then they at the mercy of his high-ass prices. Now, once we get our farms going, guess what we can do? We got our farms, okay? Now, guess what we can do now? We can go steal all the white man business. You know why? Because he charging our people high prices. So now we buy land, plant our own crops, and we go to our black restaurants and we say, hey, how much the white man charging you for them chickens? How much he charging you for them onions and that lettuce? We can charge it for cheap. You know why we can charge it for cheap? Because we got the land and we got the seeds. And plus, we don't have no business. When you get your farm growing, it's just a farm sitting there if you ain't got no way to create the revenue from it. So when you get your farm started, black people, you don't have to worry about where you're going to get your business from, because you got black restaurants out there dying to get cheaper products. This white man killing them, man. So when we get some black people that's interested in farming instead of interested in hip-hop and interested in goddamn, all the other shit out there, once we get enough black people interested in stuff like that, we can have a black economy, okay? And this is just for the food industry, but this go for clothing too. Now we get a bunch of black people together that's interested in agriculture to hook up with my brother Eric Ward, and we can get that going. Then we can go and steal all the white man's business. We can go to our brothers and sisters and say, hey, we'll offer you that same stuff $2 less than the white man, because we need the business. We're up and coming farm. We need somebody to sell to. They gonna say, hell yeah. The white man giving them big ass tomatoes, that's GMO. Our tomatoes may be a little smaller, but hey, it's a start. It's a cheaper price. So we need the black businesses to work with us too and say, hey, yeah, your tomatoes ain't the tomatoes I normally use for my recipe, but however, I was shocked with you because you look like me and your prices is lower. All right, that's a start. It got to be a mutual start. All right, all black business owners not gonna want to agree, and that's the problem right there. Okay. We got to start being more willing to work with our own people. Now, with that being said, we also have to be willing to work outside our own people. For example, if you got to hook up on the cheap onions from Felipe over here, and they got a farm and the Mexicans got a farm, and Ray got to hook up on the cheap onions with his homeboy Felipe, then hell yeah, man, give us that connect. We ain't even got to grow onions now. We can get the onions from Felipe and make onion rings and sell them shits and make us a good profit because we got the hookup from Felipe. All right? So it's okay to work outside of your race too, long as it benefit your race. So anything you do outside of your race with another race should benefit the race you working with and you. It shouldn't just benefit that race. It should be a mutual thing, people. All right? Now let's move on with this. Now the person who had the $5 sandwiches create less jobs, while the cheaper sandwich store need to constantly hire people because they going like hotcakes. The $2 sandwiches, all right? And the $5 sandwiches may taste better, but people ain't making a lot of money today, people. This is what you got to keep in mind. The economic war is simply a price war, okay? It's simply a price war. Who got the cheaper prices gonna win? And you can learn that lesson right there from Frank Lucas, who had the Blue Magic. He had the good stuff. I ain't promoting the drug industry, but this is the only example come to mind right now. He had the good potent product for cheaper prices. Couldn't nobody compete with that, man. They couldn't compete with that. You can take this man product and actually cut it down and it still get you higher than the person you know who's selling theirs for higher than that. So I ain't gonna get into that because everybody not familiar with the drug game. Sorry I had to use that example, but a few people gonna know what I'm talking about, and that's the reason I brought that up. Sorry about that, people. Let me get back on track here. All right. Now another thing is having products, people, that only we know how to make originally. For example, you can't make no burrito better than a Mexican. So why would a black person open a burrito shop? You can't make no doggone gyro better than a Greek. So you opening up a gyro shop ain't gonna do you no good. Now with that being said about us creating products that's unique to us, I think y'all get my drift on that, so I'm gonna go a little further with that concept to you. Okay, say a black man opens a black clothing store. And when I walk in there, I see Truck Fit, Tommy Hilfiger, Nikes, and all of that stuff. I can get the same shoes that I'm buying from him cheaper with the white man. So even though I may spend my money with my brother, it hurted my pockets. So I can't shop with him all the time. But I can shop with the white man all the time because his price is so damn cheap. I would rather not shop with the white man, but I can't help it because my money funny. This is the situation we in, people, when we keep it real. We want a black economy, but we can't afford to shop at a lot of black business owners because the black business owners getting their products from white people who charging them through the roof. So in order for them to make a profit, they got to charge you through the roof. And you saying, well, damn, the only reason I really bought them from the brother is to support his business. It shouldn't be that way. You should go into that black business and get a good price and feel good just like you felt with the white man. Now, how do we do that? This finna blow you away and make a lot of people get turned off, but what I'm finna say is the truth. Any economy starts with the consumer. Any economy is based off the wants of the consumer. So I'm going to tell you something right now that a lot of y'all may disagree with, but a lot of you going to agree with because it's the truth. What we want controls what we have. What do I mean by that? We will never have a black Wall Street as long as black people want white shit. So, for example, we say we want a black Wall Street, but we still want Truck Fit. We still want Louis Vuitton. We still want Polo. We still want Nike. Okay? We'll never have a black economy as long as we want white products. Because your black stores got to get those white products from a white man. And it's going to create the same cycle that I just got through explaining to y'all, okay? So how do we create an economy that we control? By having a product that we control. We don't control Truck Fit. We don't control Nike. We got to pay whatever the white man tell us to pay for a pair of Nikes. So when he give me my price, I got to base my price based on what I got it from the manufacturer. If I got a black clothing store, if I bought the doggone Nikes for $40 and I know it took me $10 to ship them over, that's $50 right there. I know I got to put $20 on it to make my profit, to keep the store going, and then I got to put the state tax and federal tax on it. So a pair of Nikes that you could have ordered from the white man for $65, you're going to get them from the black store for $100 because he got to keep his bills paid. So how do we get around this problem? We got to stop wanting white products, people. Fuck them Nikes, man. Why can't we... Listen, y'all. There's not enough black people manufacturing clothes. And then when they do, black people still want Jordans on their feet. I can pull up to you right now several black business owners that manufacture their own shoes, and they cheap as hell. But let me share some with y'all. The reason we'll never have Black Wall Street as long as black people continue to have a want and desire for white products. Okay? See, the foundation of every economy is the consumer's wants. The business owner gonna put up in his store what the people want. And now if all of the black people want Nikes and truck fit and white products, then the black business owner got to go do business with the white man. And it's going to be a lose-lose situation for our people. All right? Now, I'm going to share some with y'all. They manufacturing shoes and slippers right in the motherland, right there in Africa. Our own people. And the price is way cheaper than the white man. And the damn shoes last longer. Listen, y'all, it's people in Kenya, for example. Let me share some with y'all. You got black folks going up in Jewish jewelry stores buying their wedding rings, buying jewelry that look good on them, buying pearls and different necklaces and bracelets right up out of the Jew, shopping with the Jews, okay? Now they put money in the Jews' pocket instead of, listen, you can go on pull up different African stores, especially on eBay, where you got people in Kenya, people in Zimbabwe, people in Ghana making handmade necklaces and handmade jewelry that looks similar to this one right here. Okay, let me show you something else. People, you got black women that'll go buy, you know, different pearls and jewelry. Black men that'll go buy, you know, a wooden Jesus cross necklace from the white man, when they can order handmade good wooden necklaces and jewelry right from Africa for $1 a piece, buckload. See, the key to any economy is to fill it up with products that's unique to the people of that economy. For example, if I want Nikes for a cheap price, I got to go get them from a white man because he made them. You can't outprice him at what he made. So if I want it for a cheap price, I got to go get it. So that's a product that's unique to the white man. A polo shirt, a Tommy Hilfiger shirt, a truck fit hat. You got to shop with him if you want his product. Even your black business owners got to shop with him if they want to sell it back to you. So the foundation of the economy is our wants, people. We got to stop want. See, it's training your mind. I know when you put your Jordans on and you put your Air Max on and you look in the mirror, you say, damn, I look good. That's the problem. You can't put on a dashiki. You can't put on these pair of African shoes that was made over here in Kenya. You can't put, you know, some necklaces on that look like this around your neck because you say, man, I don't want to wear that African looking shit. But guess what? I'm going to tell you something. If you open up a black store and you fill it up with a bunch of African supplies and you call over there and do business with your people in the motherland, we got brothers and sisters in Africa that's dying to do business with black business owners over here, okay? Because the white man ain't finna sell you no damn African jewelry in his white store. If you found a white store selling African jewelry, show it to me. But yet you got black stores selling white stuff. But you ain't got no white stores selling black stuff. So what we got to do, black people, to have a Black Wall Street? Start embracing our culture more, because the foundation of the economy is based on the want of the consumer. If all of our people want white products, then we keep on making the white man more money. The moment we wake up and say, hey, fuck them Nikes, I look good in these African shoes that my sister made with her hands over there in Kenya. Now them people will get a boom in their economy if our people work together with our brothers and sisters over there. So I say, okay, I got brothers and sisters living in the Sahara Desert that's making handmade necklaces out of wood, and they selling them for $1 each. So I open up me a black store, and I fill it up with all type of African jewelry, all type of African supplies that's unique to my culture. You can't go and get this necklace right here from the Middle Easterners. You can't go and buy these shoes I got in my store from the white man. You can only get it from our people. And I tell my people, listen, I'm willing to order all of my supplies for you if you sign a contract with me and give me exclusive rights over the product. They're going to do it because that creates a consistent buyer for them. What happens then now is we create a triangle system, which is the first step of a true economy for our people. So what happens now is I tell them, listen, you ain't selling a lot of these necklaces because a lot of our people don't want them. We want Nikes and shit. So I'm telling my people over there, listen, I will buy your necklace for $1 each, and I'll buy 1,000 of them a month for my store. But you can't sell them to nobody else but us, okay? Because listen, people, in case you ain't know, everything black people do, the whole world copy it. So if black people start wearing dashikis and African jewelry right now, and then tell our African brothers and sisters, listen, only sell it to us, we'll create a monopoly. All the other races will start saying, oh, we. Because whatever we do, they copy, people. If we start wearing African jewelry and people in hip-hop, your rappers start putting on dashikis instead of goddamn dresses, then guess what? All your kids and everybody want to wear dashikis. Guess what'll happen to them people back in Africa? They'll be balling. They won't be poor no more because now we starting to promote our own culture. We lose because we want everything that's not of us. We want Nikes and Jordans that the white man control, but we still want a Black Wall Street. It ain't gonna happen. Until our wants change, we'll never create a Black Wall Street. So after everything I said, I just gave us the solution, but I'm also telling you that the solution is not gonna work, okay, until our wants change. If you want white products, we'll never have a black economy. Okay, so for an economy to be a true success, the people who control the economy got to control the product and also the want of the consumer. So this is how we'll thrive as black people. This lecture wasn't supposed to be this long, and there's so much that I didn't touch upon when it comes to dealing with our brothers over there and being unique, creating unique products that only we control. For example, y'all, if I want to go buy some skateboards and some polo shirts, I got to go shop with a white man because that's his culture. Don't nobody else know how to make that shit but him. And if you tried to, you couldn't make it because that's what they make. That's their culture. For example, you can't go and make no damn jewelry that look better than them Jews. Why you think they call it jewelry? Because Jews control it. In case y'all didn't know that, you learned something else new today. The word jewelry, the root word of the word jewelry is Jew. Because Jews control the jewelry industry. So if you want why you think Jacob the jeweler got so big in hip hop? He was one of those Jews that created jewelry in a way that was so good, man. In order for you to get his shit, you got to go to him. You can't fake it. You can't copy it. Can't nobody do what Jacob the jeweler do but him. So So for you to have something, for us to have our own economy, first we got to have a want for our own stuff, people. For example, can't nobody make them handmade necklaces they make over there in Africa like the people do in Africa. You can't copy that, people. They handmade, all right? Now, we fill our stores up with that and make it cool to our children until the rappers start promote our culture, then guess what, people? People gonna want what we got because we make everything look hot, man. You know, you had poor black kids from the projects with hand-me-down jeans with holes in the jeans, and the doggone jeans was faded because we washed them so damn much. And it looked so cool over time that the white man created brand new jeans in his store with the holes already in them, with the bleached out little pattern already on them. Where you think he get that idea from? From ghetto children in the projects who didn't have a lot. But what we had, we wore it in a way to make it look cool. So yeah, my jeans was hammered down. They had holes in them and bleach stains in them, but I put them on in a way that made everybody was like, wow, you know, it ain't the clothes, it's the person who wear the clothes. So black people took them ugly jeans and sported them with pride and made them cool. Now the white man got the jeans in his store. You can buy them already with the holes in them and the bleach spot on them. He copying off. See, people, whatever we do will turn into gold. So with that being said, we can turn our own culture into gold. Why do we want to do this? Because if we turn the African culture into a culture that's profitable to us, we control the product. Because can't no other race create African products. Nobody but African people can control it. So it create jobs for us, and it create a product that's only unique to us. You got to come get it from us if you want it. Okay? But our problem is we trying to build a black economy with white products, and it ain't gonna never work, people. It's an illusion. I've been too long today, people. I'm going to have to do a part 2 on this. I'm going to have to cut it short today. But I had to get this information out to y'all. So now I'm going to cut this lecture short. I know I didn't touch on a lot of stuff, but stay with me and I will do a part 2 on this one. And I will continue on and touch on the stuff that I didn't touch on. So people, I love y'all. I hope this helps y'all. I hope if you disagree with me that you don't call me stupid, people. Work with me. Come with a solution that you would think better. And if it works, then cool, we can do that. But right now, I just wanted to share that solution with you. I got to let y'all go. Stay with me. I'll be doing a part 2 on this subject in the future. People, before I go, let me say this. We are awesome, y'all. We're awesome. We can do anything we put our mind to. And I love y'all with all my heart, y'all. Peace.